Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome as I set up for the live stream. I am here by myself today. So, welcome to Friends Like Me. Yeah, I'm here live for you today. Evelyn is not here this week, but Juskow will be on shortly, as you know. And I want to just thank you for always joining us every Saturday live. Marina Franklin here. If you didn't know why I do this to promote my podcast, Friends Like Us. Friends Like Us. To promote, to talk about it, talk about what's going on. Since I'm here by myself, I can really get into it. So this week we have Vaughn DiCarlo and Mark Theobald on the podcast. And this isn't the podcast. This is me promoting the podcast on YouTube. But the podcast is available, as you can see on the ticker below. It says Linktree / Marina Franklin, which has all the platforms where you can listen to friends like us. So that's why I do this. I do it just to promote the podcast because, hey, who else is going to do it? I have to do it. It's my job. And it's a good podcast. It's a good one. Share it with a friend. We're talking about protecting Black lives, about the disparity amongst Black women with childbirth. We've been talking about that one for so many years. You would think they would have figured it out by now, but no, we're still talking about it. And there's some new data that came out that was on that episode. So we talked about that. We also talked about this myth that, of Black men not supporting Black women and all that's going on. And Vaughn has a really good clip that is on our Facebook page where she talks about how she definitely supports Black men, and we support each other. Let's stop the division. The division is happening so much, people. So I thank you two people who are watching. There'll be more later. I put the link up pretty late, so it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I am switching some things. Let's see here. So that I can hear when Juskow will be joining us from his mama house. Yeah, he gonna be joining us from his mama house. So that's gonna be very interesting. And I told him we could take a break, but Juskow was so excited to have his mom be a part of this. So it should be interesting. Good to see you too, Jones. Sorry. Scott Jones, good to see you here from Georgia. Whoa. I would love to perform in Georgia. I have not performed. I've been working for the past 2 years on a script. So that's why my touring has been a little light lately. But I do plan on going to Vermont March 2nd. That's next Thursday. I think that's the second. What is that? Next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'll be at the Vermont Comedy Club. Yep. 2nd through the 4th. So if you're close to Vermont, Burlington, come and check me out there. Also, I'll be on the road with Sarah Silverman in March. So go to Sarah Silverman's dates. Check out there. We'll be in Durham, North Carolina, and Charlotte, North Carolina, as well as the Beacon Theater here in New York City, Huntington, New York, and Jersey. I forgot where in Jersey. But yes, Jersey, which Juskow was very excited because he's such a Jersey boy, which he's going to be talking to us from Jersey, which is going to be his mama's house, which is going to be very fascinating. I don't know what to expect, you guys. This is going to be an interesting one with him. But yes, so that's some dates to check out. Go to Sarah Silverman's website, her Instagram. You could check out all those dates in North Carolina and then in New York City. So hopefully I will get some more dates on the road. Be careful of all those non-New York germs. I know, right? I was at a club last night. Thanks, TV. You're so right. I went to a dance club last night. I couldn't help myself. I had to go. morning in Oregon, Oregon. When you coming home? When you coming home, son? I don't know when. I can't remember the rest of the lyrics. But I have no dates in Chicago yet. Hopefully soon. Like I said, I get what they give me, and I don't know, these white guys are killing it on the road. Look at your local clubs and ask me if you see any black women performing there in the next month, or maybe there are, maybe it's me. But I am not in Chicago. I don't know what's going on. It's my hometown. I've got to get on it. But like I said, I've been writing a script for 2 years, so that's what has been preoccupying me. Okay? So I do plan on getting back out there. Going back home. I love Chicago. I love performing in Chicago. So last night I took a friend out to a club. That's why I'm a little like my energy is like, because I'm not used to being out until 2 o'clock in the morning. I was out until 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's a lot for me. That's a lot for this girl. But when it's house music, I can go all night long. I wake up when I get somewhere and they're playing house music. All of a sudden, it's not late anymore. I was going to try to do this fancy light with you guys today, but it's not working. Someone told me to get like a light, but I feel like this natural light is pretty good. That's happening right here. You ever bought anything used on Amazon and then you're just hope for the best? That's what's happening right now. I'm like, it was working and now it's not working. I don't know what happened. I mean, you don't need to see all my pores. But I have this weird setup to make me look professional. Hey, Richard Tucci, what up? So, I should put here, if you're just joining us for the first time, I know where most of you are. Let me know where you are. Let me know where you are. Thanks, TV. I always buy too much stuff. Like my old sound producer, he always gets me to buy stuff that is useful. It's very good stuff, but I'm always like, do I really need this? And I don't really. I'm looking. I'm like, I can see like the light. I guess at nighttime, but even at night, the computer screen. Did you know that the lights, the rays from the computer screen age you as well? Did you know that? I'll put here. Make sure you tell us where you're from and make sure to send us a review. Friends like us. I don't even think we did that today. That's how laid back I am today. I can't even capitalize. Um, but follow us on Linktree. That's Linktr.ee. And I wore a mask at the club last night, by the way. I was one of the few. I saw 2 people with masks on at the dance club, and I was like, "Oh, hey. Hey." But I had to get some house music in last night. It was important. It was so funny because I took my friend who I work out with. She's not in I wouldn't say she's not into house music, but I was introducing her hardcore and I felt bad. I was like, this is a lot to introduce you to like right away. Like she was in I told her, I said, you in the den of house heads right now. Like the den of like vampires. I was like, you're in the real this is the real deal right here. I felt like it was a bit much for her because she looks like she's like grown up probably with an idea of like what is it? Not an idea of black music, but there are people who, they like black music, they like hip hop, but then yeah. I'm not finishing these thoughts today. I'm sorry. It was a late night. Mm. Natasha Diggs. She was throwing a birthday party for herself in New York City. She's a female DJ. I mean, I don't know why I said that. She's a DJ. I don't know why I have to disclose female DJ, but you know what it is? It's so rare that like I know a lot of women DJs that are exceptional DJs. One of them that I can't get my thoughts, but they are. So this was her birthday, and she threw a party, and we were all there, and it was fun. I don't know her personally, but it was packed. And the thing I loved about this party last night was a mix of young, old, attractive. There were attractive people, and I know that is weird that I'm saying that like I'm surprised, but to tell you the truth, like I rarely see like at my scenes because we're all getting older, attractive people at the dance party. But they look good last night. It was almost like they plant. Sometimes they plant. Do you know how they do this in the dance clubs? They plant attractive people there so that you feel like you're a part of something. So they put like really like attractive men in there and just to kind of walk around like promoters. It's like a weird promotion type thing. Um oh, I come home, Marcus, all the time for the Chicago one in the summer. The Chosen Few, which I had on my Chosen Few house hoodie last night. She was trying to do like a theme, right? A theme for house music. She's doing a disco theme or whatever. She's got a lot of themes going on. A lot of themes. It's like there's a lot going on. I just need the music to be good, and I need the blending, like is a skill that not a lot of people have. And yeah. I'm not gonna say much else, but I need my DJs to know how to blend music from one song to the next. So like you don't just slam another song on. And that's the thing. A lot of people are like, who cares? DJs just put records on. That's it. No, it's actually there's a skill to that. It's actually like playing music. Eric Prince will be on here soon. He could talk, he could attest to this, right? That you have to put some type of effort into knowing how to blend from one song to the next. That's yeah, I don't know. I love it. That's what I love about DJs. I don't know how to do it. You got to match pitches and stuff, and they used to turn on the table. I used to watch them because my ex, he was a DJ. I'm a DJ groupie. What can I say? I'm not a groupie for a lot of things, but DJs I absolutely love. Last night was really nice. The music was pretty good. She was playing some good records. Her blending was questionable in the beginning, and I don't know if that's because she was testing out her equipment. So that was the only thing. Was her blending was not. No, no. But she looked good. She looked cute. She had a nice hat on, and but anyway, look, I just took a nap on my own live. Did you see that? That's what I did. It's a long night. Long night. Mr. Noise, how you doing? I'm waiting for you to come to the DC area. It's been a while since I've seen you here, Mr. Noise. I love DC. I performed in DC a lot. Um, just not this year, not I don't think last year. Did I perform last year? No. But I love performing in DC. Some of the best. The Kennedy Center, I performed there. Perform at the Draft House, Arlington Draft House. Love performing in Washington, D.C. Yes. Good evening from Germany, Stuttgart, Germany. Welcome, George. Welcome back, George. I love the fact that you come here. What time is it in Germany? It must be like really. What is this? Comedian groupies are called Chuckle Effers. DJ groupies are called Diggy Dippers. Whatever floats your boat with that. Oh, that's fine. Yes, Mr. Noise, I agree. The art of DJing has changed from the 80s. Too many new DJs use technology instead of learning the basics. I agree. It's just like everything else. It's like, I think there was some story about a guy who was DJing and through his phone and his mama called in the middle of the set. You hear the phone ring. Hello? It's like, everything is a shortcut these days. I was talking, but this is like old people talk, but it's true. It's like there's not a lot of really talented people out there doing it long term. Like there's a lot of like social media short talent, but not that this young lady wasn't great. What she was putting on. I don't know if she was. I got there really super early, and so and I only did that because I was with someone who was new to house music. So I had to kind of like gradually introduce them to it, but it didn't have it. She got the bam right into house music. I felt bad for her because it was a lot. And then I could see her getting tired. I was looking at her. I was like, you can't hang. I was like, this is a test and you're failing it. I could see you getting tired. I see your eyes. I was like, you don't love this music, but that's okay. That's okay. And she was like, no, I could do it again. I go, I don't force no one to like anything. Oh, hey, DJ Eric Prince. I was talking about DJing. I went to a party last night with young lady Natasha Diggs, and I was talking about the blending. In the beginning for an hour or two, I think she was testing out the speakers, to be honest with you. But the blending wasn't that great. The music, the choices were great. And also, you know what else, Eric? Something I always loved about you is your rhythm. I like your rhythm when you DJ. Record to next record to next record. I could get with your rhythm. Some DJs, it's like they're DJing for kids because they always are they're afraid to slow down. It's almost like a comedian who is afraid of silence. Same thing with DJs. It's like a DJ that's afraid to introduce new music, slow it down, let people enjoy the music. That happens with DJs as well. You can tell me if I'm wrong, Eric Prince, and the blending was not, it was just not there. I love the fact that you know how to blend one song into the next. Anyway, enough of me talking about music, but I think that's a nice thing to talk about, isn't it? We've got so many horrible things in the news lately. Even on the episodes, we were talking about stuff this week, but a lot of it was like, oh, so much heavy stuff. I dive in. Wow, we'll watch out for you at the Draft House. Yes, yes, Mr. Noise. Try to reach out to the DC Loft Comedy Club too. Yes, and they have a lot of ladies headlines. They do. But sometimes those clubs, once you work one club, they get kind of like, oh, you work there, you're not. We book comics that worked here originally. Sometimes you get into it's a lot of politicking. Okay, a lot of politicking. Anyway, no more of me. Juskow is here. I see his big head in the screen.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me
Yeah,
okay?
I
Yeah?
hear you,
Oh, okay.
but your Wi-Fi stinks.
Oh, it does? How about my mom's?
I know you said you were excited to do it from your mom's house, but
I am. I didn't know the Wi-Fi was bad. It's been good all day
it was spotty, but
at
now it's
first.
good
But now it's
right
okay. Yeah,
now.
okay, good. Yeah, hi. Also, so happy to be opening for you at the Draft House. I cannot tell you.
I said I'm
Everybody
not
came
at the
down.
draft
What?
house.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so glad you're freezing. This is gonna be fun.
First of all, I forgot that Evelyn wasn't going to be here, so I would have. I didn't. I saw you by yourself. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I should have come on earlier, maybe.
I forgot a lot of things today because I went out I forgot to send you the link. I was like, ugh. It
That's
was
all right. Like I said, I had a lot to. I got up at 5 in the morning to get dressed and go to my mom's and do. I work from here, and then I'm going out with Victoria tonight and Lou Pellegrino.
oh yes. Ask him what's up with his people.
I will do that.
Cause I have not heard, but I got the message.
I don't think that's the message.
Nah.
No, I don't. I think he would be very honest with. I'll find out. But I'm sure that's not the message. I think they were just trying to get it to all together because
Oh,
his wife is trying to get on the podcast too. They're the exact opposite of you, two white girls talking about makeup tips. So I think they want heavy diversity.
well, black people talk about makeup. They said, Dave, you look so different without the pinball machine in the background.
Yeah. Well, this is my grandma's house. She
I
should
always
have
tell them,
pinball machines here. Then her grandkids would come down more often.
oh yeah, I was trying to fix. I have like a light for the desk that was on and now it's off. I bought something on Amazon that was used, and I was like, and I think it's already broken.
Oh no, that sucks.
It's supposed to be like a professional lighting for you when you're doing like live stream, but I look good. I think this natural light is fine.
It is good. I use that light for stream, and it seems like the natural light is actually better sometimes.
Yeah, this thing was like s- originally $80. I'm like,
Oh,
what? No,
yeah, I bought a
come on.
cheap one during COVID because nothing was available.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was like everything was sold out. Remember during COVID, everything was sold out. Webcams and oh, I should totally start driving with a green screen.
What do you
Actually,
think
I
about
can.
that, Eric? I was talking about DJing. I went to a dance club last night, Juskow, and
Word. What
I
about all
brought
that
someone.
COVID you hate?
I was wearing my mask. I was the only. There was like I saw your face. Even though you are freezing just like a little bit, just so you know.
Oh, freeze! I'm sorry.
Every now and then, but you come back.
I'm trying to think what I could do to make it better, but I don't think there's
I
anything
don't
I
think
can
there's
do.
anything you could do. It's all good. It comes back
It's neat.
fast.
I've done like a podcast from this place, and it was fine. So I don't know. Maybe I probably I feel like I messed something up. I don't know what though.
It's Scott Jones says you look great. Don't be wandering into Kerry Lake territory with all the weird lights and filters. Oh, okay. Thank you, Scott. Kerry Lake. um,
Oh, Carrie Lake, that political person, right?
Oh yeah,
She's
okay.
pretty, I think. I can't remember,
Yeah, this light is stupid. It's supposed to.
but crazy.
So I went last night, introduced this young lady to house music, but I felt bad because it was the real deal, and it could be a lot for someone who's not used
I'm
to it.
running in the background. Okay.
You trying to fix your stuff still?
Well, I just was looking at DJ Eric's. Says like, look what I'm running in the background, but I don't. I don't think there's. I think I shut everything down beforehand.
That'd be funny if your mom just started running in the background.
No, I'm not really running anything.
You both are doing little Max headroom jittering. What's that? I don't get it.
That's don't you remember that show from the '80s, Max Headroom? It was like, yeah, like that. So you just paused. See, it's not just me. I guess we both have crummy in it. You just paused. You were just like this. Wait, I didn't
What's
do it
that?
right. I got to get the eyes halfway open like this. I can't believe you went dancing. Was that the first time in a long time? Wait, now I can't tell whether that's
Yeah.
real. Oh shit! You really did pause when you were trying to make a face.
No, I was pausing.
No, it actually did pause for a second because then you snapped back.
Then I came out of it.
I know, but it was really paused. It says Marina keeps freezing for only when I came online. So
Oh, so it's me who's freezing.
your
Oh,
Wi-Fi don't
sorry.
have white people.
Let me try to take off some things. Let's see here. I know. I got something running in the background.
See, you're frozen now. Now you're not. So maybe it's not my fault. Maybe my mom has outstanding
Where?
Wi-Fi. Can you imagine?
I have some things running in the background. So I'm gonna try to close it. That's what it is. Yes.
Anyway, I'm going to go down the shore for dinner this evening. It's going to be freezing.
That sounds nice though. That
I
sounds
know. I like doing it.
lovely.
It's fun to go out to dinner like on a Saturday after work and hang out. Meanwhile, I don't know whether I told you, but Paul Rudd came to my class on Thursday. It was fantastic.
Oh,
because we're
wow. Tell
really
us all
happy.
about it.
Well, it was so
Such a
it was
horrible
really
interviewer. Tell us all about it.
no, you're the best interviewer. It was really funny. I went earlier and I said, well, who wants to go first? And I had the kids write me questions that they're going to ask. I'm like, so we don't have duplicates. And I'm like, these are great. And I said, who wants to go first? And I told my nephew he could come and to bring a girl because it'll impress her. And he ended up bringing a girl who's apparently a lesbian. And I'm like, what's the matter with you? Anyway, um, I'm glad Evelyn wasn't here for that. So, uh, so he goes, I'll go first, and I'm like, oh, this is good. My nephew goes, he's an actor, so he's good at this. And as soon as Paul came out, he goes, Billy, do you want to ask your question? He goes, hello, Mr. Rudd. I mean, Paul. I mean, whew, okay. And I'm like, Billy, you're doing a horrible job. It was really, and we have it on tape, so
He
I
was
can show
freaking
it to you,
out, huh?
but it was really cute, and everybody was really great, and they were so happy, and they all asked questions, and everybody. It was really nice of him to do. He's a really, really nice guy, Paul Rudd.
What was one of the best questions, and how did he answer?
I'll tell you, the best question was this girl, Victoria, who said, "My question is, would you go if you went the route of Professor Juskow, and you taught a class on a movie that you loved, which movie would it be?" And he's like, "Oh, that's a good question." Besides the obvious, the reason why your professor loves that question. And he goes, and he mentioned some British movie I'd never heard of. But his second one was Defending Your Life, with Albert Brooks,
Hmm.
which was great because I was just teaching them that we have an assignment that includes defending your life. So it couldn't have been more perfect that the kids knew that they were learning something that he likes too, that, we all kind of think is a great movie for multiple reasons.
Wow.
Yeah, so that
Why
that
does he
was
think it's a great movie? I don't think I've seen this movie.
well, with Sarah and I, when it first came out, we saw it 3 times in the movie theaters, and then we know, like, Louis liked it a lot too. We just remember, like, everybody liked it, and it's one of those movies that's like, the fact that Paul likes it that much, like, he would teach a course on it is really interesting because I didn't think it was all that, but I love, the premise, and I like a lot of it, but a lot of it, when it gets serious, I don't like it, but that's why he probably likes it, and what it is, in a nutshell, is Albert Brooks's depiction of where you go after you die. So if you have a good hold on that, you're going to be interested. And his hold is that when you die, you go to a judgment area where you are judged about what you did in life. And you look at clips from your life, and there's a judge, two judges, and you have a prosecutor and a defender, and they're trying to plead that you shouldn't move on wherever that is to move forward, because the key is to get smarter and move forward. Otherwise, you end up going back to earth. It's not like a punishment, but it's not the greatest thing. And the best part is that this little way station that you're at for how many days your trial is you can eat as much as you want and it comes out fast. That's the best part of the movie. And there's one scene where the prosecutor puts together 141 bad decisions in a montage that Albert Brooks made during his life. And it makes me laugh out loud. I crash my fists on the table laughing so hard.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's great. So Rip Torn is in it, which I believe is, since Albert Brooks and Gary Shandling were very close, I think that's how Gary Shandling chose Rip Torn to be in Larry Sanders, because this was before a Larry Sanders show. And Rip Torn, we didn't know about him. That I guess maybe our parents knew about him or something. And he was so terrific in this movie as his handler, as his defense attorney, that you could see where Gary Shandling would be like, "Oh my God, this guy's perfect for my producer."
TB says, love the previous life thing with Shirley hosting.
Well, yeah. I think what he's talking about is that there's a scene where they go to the previous lives pavilion. You could do that one night, and Meryl Streep is the love interest in it, which is great, right? He got Meryl Streep, so you can go to the past lives pavilion, and what's the girl's name?
Shirley
MacLaine.
McLean. Shirley McLean.
Shirley MacLaine, right? That's her name. The Warren Beatty's sister.
Yeah.
Is the host. She's like, "Welcome to the Past Lives Pavilion," and you see all you've been in your past lives, and it's and there's this old, like, tough guy man, and he's a little girl with a dolly, and he's like, "What the hell is this?" It's pretty funny.
Wow, gotta see it.
And the best is like Meryl Streep is this like awesome. She had the best life, and he goes in to see her screening, and she's like, saving kids out of a fire, and it's just a disaster. And it's really really good and fun with a great ending and a good romantic comedy ending. And
I recently that sounds great. I was,
yeah,
I was like,
even the way he dies, which is funny, like in a sense of you see it coming, and it's fun.
I think I remember, like, I think I did see it, and I just
It's
never.
from like 35 years ago.
Yes, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shirley
Jeez.
MacLaine.
And then
Shirley
he was at
MacLaine. What did I
didn't we
say?
talk to him at Sarah's
Yes, we did.
party?
You and I spoke to him, which was really exciting, and he
That
asked
was
us if he should
exciting.
go
That was
back into
crazy.
all right, and he asked us if he should go back into stand-up comedy, and you told him no.
I did.
You were really high, and and I said, "Why wouldn't you? Why not? What are you asking us for?" He was so nice and so sweet.
He
Boy,
was
was
so
that
nice, down
is
to
that
earth.
something else or what? That party, to be able to talk to all your heroes in just like that. Diane Keaton, you
I
know,
know, and you got me. I was on the elevator with Diane
yeah,
Keaton.
right.
I was like, "Oh my god."
I didn't warn you in time, or you didn't understand the magnitude of the party since I'd been there multiple times. This was your first one, I think, to
Yeah, and
not get high. I learned my lesson after like the third time. I'm not getting high at this party until I've said hello to everybody I want to, and then I'll get high. I am holding on for a while. I'm not even going to drink because I've been burned before by that, by meeting people, and I'm like, I'm too high to talk to them. I can't do it.
but there was a weed bar. What am I supposed to
It, it,
do?
it, that's the problem, Marina. It's overwhelming the first few times because there's always been a weed bar. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then I finally figured out, I'm like, no, no, it's too important. You can't, until you've been there the first time, you can't conceive of it. You can't conceive of how easy it is to talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's never
Watching,
going to
like,
happen again because she
who
moved.
what was his name, was walking across I I mean, like, from oh god, what is his name? Oh god.
Rob Reiner was there and
Rob
Larry David.
Reiner!
I got to talk to Rob
Walking
Reiner.
across, like, I'm standing there talking to you, and he's just walking across. I'm
Ironic.
like, "This is insane." I was
And I
like,
got
"I
to,
have"
and I
remember, I was
stopped.
freaking out. Remember?
Yeah, I stopped to talk to him because I wasn't high, because normally I would never be able to do that. And I said, "Hey," he was like, "Oh, I was just telling Sarah that this kind of reminds me of the end of Spinal Tap. I know exactly what you're going to say. It looks exactly like that part, like where they're deciding to do Saucy Jack, the musical on Jack the Ripper." And he goes, "Oh, you know the movie? Everybody knows the movie." I mean, Marina. Until you go once, you can't understand the magnitude of what you're about to enter, because even if you tell you or anybody that's going to come who's there and everything, it sounds intimidating, but you don't think you would have access to them in the sense of like, oh, I can't talk to them, they don't want to talk to me. But then the next time you went and you weren't high, you would realize, well, you were there, you realize the easy access, people coming up to you just to talk,
Yeah.
and they don't know us per se. Most people know you, but I'm saying, they want to talk. They're at a party. It was that kind of thing. I don't think it'll ever be like that again because she moved, but where she had it on that rooftop was just so
It was
perfect, and
perfect.
lots of
And I
space to
remember
hang
I
out.
remember Conan. Now Conan I know, so I felt like
He was not nice.
he's nice to me. Not nice to
He
you?
wasn't no, he's just not he's not a swell guy
Yes, he
like Albert
is.
Brooks was. You know what I mean? Now maybe he's
Conan is
nice to you,
so
but
nice.
he's not he's not like a fun guy.
He was so much fun. He pulled out, like,
You were
what looked
high.
like it was like a, no, it was like a clown trick. He had something in his pocket that kept going and going.
Well, I don't remember that.
Like, it was like a handkerchief attached to another
He's one of
handkerchief.
those guys that doesn't care for people he doesn't know.
Well, I don't
Um,
blame him
there's a
for
lot of
that.
people like that. But what I'm saying is that mostly at that party, you'll meet somebody like a Rob Reiner who's perfectly fine, or Albert Brooks talking to somebody they don't know who's not a celebrity. I think Conan is one of those people who are like, I only want to talk to celebrities.
No, he's not like he's
Well,
such a down to earth guy.
I have not heard that before.
He's just highly I'll tell you what he is, he's highly intelligent. So, like, that's the thing. He's really, really smart. I remember being intimidated around him only for that reason because I said something like peripheral,
Well,
and I
for
thought, "Did
instance,
I say it right?"
remember when we met Jeff Goldblum and how nice he was?
Oh, Jeff Goldblum was
Yeah,
amazing.
right. But there's a difference between him and Conan. And we just met Jeff. Well, I'd actually
Well,
met
I
him
think
a
Conan,
couple
maybe you
times.
just haven't been around him in the right way, but
I, I'm just
he's
saying an
so
example of
diverse.
people we met for the first time and
Right. Well,
who was who was very approachable and sweet, and then who was not.
I've always found him very
Well, he
sweet.
seems to like you, you know. I don't know. He just
Thank
didn't care
God.
for
I
me.
mean, I've never had a problem with, but I'll tell you, it's like like I said, he's so, so smart. So that was like,
I believe that.
when I
You
said,
can't
I
get
was
to
like,
that level, I
after a while,
think.
I started to wonder how I was putting my sentences together because
Yeah.
he's really, really smart.
Well, I mean, he
Thank
almost like
God.
started The Simpsons, you know, like I mean, that's unbelievable, let alone working on Saturday Night Live and then somehow getting your own television show. I mean, that's kind of a miracle. You gotta
Yeah.
be
And he's the smartest one of all
you
these
either gotta
late
be
night.
lucky or smart.
He's the smartest one of all the late night hosts, in my opinion. He's the only one who figured out it's over. Let's wrap. Let's figure out
Yes.
something
Oh my
else.
god, I'm so done with late night hosts. They're
Let's
all
just
awful.
move it on to like he knows ahead of like he's
I don't see how they're not seeing the writing on the wall if Greg Gutfeld is the highest rated show on Fox News.
I know,
If that's
right?
not the writing on the wall, then I don't know what is.
It is it and he's like, ugh.
And he's loving it.
Of course he is.
Why shouldn't he? Good for him. It's a miracle
I was
because
saying
most
that
people who or don't like Fox News don't watch talk shows anymore. I'd prefer to watch Seinfeld at 11 o'clock at night reruns. There's too many commercials. And again, late night shows aren't necessary anymore. I think we talked about this. When they first came out, when the Tonight Show, there was no other access you had to celebrities, to movie stars, to TV people. You know, now you have so much access, they have nothing new to say. So it's just not necessary anymore. And if the host isn't ridiculously charming, then what is there to do on the show? What's the point?
yeah, the whole
The
that
only
is
thing maybe you can use it for is for live music because that's something maybe you can't see on
yes.
Instagram or something. Other than, or you know, even interviewing the the singer or something. Maybe that, but a movie star or an actor or maybe a comedian's always good because they're funny to panel.
It was fun
But
watching Kate Blanchett do an interview, however, because she's not accessible on social
well,
media, I
that's
don't
true.
think.
That's true. So for the a couple. I mean, I remember when Travolta was first on the Tonight Show for the first time. He was really shy, and he was really fun because he was shy, but he wasn't a good interview. But it was exciting seeing him. Even if you see Tom Cruise on a show, he's not accessible. So it's usually pretty cool to see him. But that's so rare these days. I just watched an old Tonight Show where Jackie Gleason came on for the first time, and it was already 1986.
What a funny man.
He was promoting. He's like, "Oh, I understand you have a new picture with Tom Hanks." The Nothing in Common. I remember it was not a very good movie with him and
Oh.
Eva Marie Saint.
DJ Eric Prince, you wanted to know if I worked with Pierre Bernard. I did not. There's your answer. I did not.
Hey, are you performing tonight? Because I was at the Cellar on Tuesday, and somebody said I haven't seen Marina here in a long time. I'm like, what are you talking about? Every week after we leave her show, she says she's coming down to the Cellar.
Because I'm not there during the weekdays a lot. You know,
Why?
I used to work Monday through Saturday, and I don't do that anymore. I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday sometimes, and then I was on the road last weekend. Remember, I went to Saratoga or whatever. So sometimes it
Actually, I don't
looks
think
like,
I did know.
huh?
I don't think I did know you went somewhere last week. Because didn't we do a show?
I mean, the week before. Remember the
Oh,
week
okay.
before? And so, like, sometimes for them, it'll look like I'm not there a lot, but I am. And then I've also been taking off and going to other clubs because I get bored if I'm in the same spot. Even though the Cellar is great, and it has all the different rooms. Sometimes I need to just go somewhere else.
That's brilliant planning if you're smart, because you have to, because you got to, you can't just stay at this one club. Good thinking. That's
Yeah, it's
helpful
just
for.
it's good for me just to move around. It's interesting that audiences are different at different locations. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
It's like a social study. It's
Well,
why are they
I think it has to do with the areas that the clubs are in.
is that what
So
it
I
is?
think about it, like if we're talking about the Comedy Cellar, right? We're getting a lot of bridge and tunnel people because it's the West Village and people just come down there. But if you're talking about the Stand, if nobody really hangs out around that Union Square episode, you have to seek out like that neighborhood or something, and it's like you're going to the club, you're not just in the area. And if you're talking about like the Broadway club, I mean, you're just getting Times Square tourists. I don't think half of them speak English. Remember, for a time the Comedy Cellar, a lot of people didn't speak English. Now it's different. People come from to see it, and everybody usually speaks English, but there are a lot of people from out of town. But yeah, I think it's the area that the clubs are in that seems to also determine what the audience is like.
Scott Jones got to stick up for Colbert on our conversation about late night hosts earlier. He
Well, you shouldn't, Scott, because I have been told by multiple comedians that he hates comedians. So we hate him,
he isn't just about the laughs. He has deep conversations with a lot of serious people. Now, I did not
which is
have
fine.
the
But
best
don't have
exchange.
comedians on if you don't like them.
I didn't have I didn't have I didn't have the best exchange. I'm not gonna lie. I
Well,
had
I just told you he doesn't like
you were
comedians. He
with
does
me.
not like
Weren't you with me?
comedians. What?
You were with me on that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I had a
He
great
doesn't like
time.
comedians. He was mean to Steve Martin. Okay, so that'll show you that he sucks.
I don't know. The day that I was actually recording, he was going through a lot. The show was
Who
on the
cares?
chopping block.
You got to be an actor.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was a one-off. That's what I'm saying. It's like
Well,
you know.
apparently it's not, is what I'm saying. I've
Oh,
heard from multiple people, very good people that we know, that say I had a very bad time on that show. And these are people that have paneled after.
wow. Yeah. No, I didn't. I never really said it out loud because everyone loves him so much. But I did
When
not
I was,
have a genuine moment or but
oh,
when I did Conan, every single time I did Conan, I had so much fun.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's a
Andy
perfect show
was
for you.
cool.
Well, he
Conan was
loved you. He
cool.
loves you.
Everybody,
Well,
the
look what Robin's
staff.
saying. This is perfect.
Oh,
I'm your
was she?
sidekick. That would be perfect. I'll be the Ed McMahon to your hosting a show. We should totally do that.
What's that? Should not be trashing the genre. Surely it's a natural step for Marina. Maybe with Jessica on the couch as a side, I'd
Hello.
watch. Oh,
That's perfect for us.
yeah.
I will
Uh,
be your Hank. You know.
but I will say like there and then talking about what Hillary wasn't Colbert in Second City.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so. I don't know. I don't know his history. I don't. I don't dig up the history on people who aren't like pleasant.
Exactly.
How is Amber Ruffin? I you know what? I love Amber Ruffin. I don't watch her show because it's
I don't know
not
who that is.
on. I don't know. Is it on Peacock? And I don't have Peacock.
I'm not allowed to say peacock.
Why? Because you're at home. Because your mama.
I'm a
You at your
teacher
mama's
now,
house.
so I'm not allowed to say anything with the word cock that can be
Well,
construed against
you shouldn't even be a teacher. We know this.
me.
I mean, the fact that you're doing this is incredible. You should have a GoPro in there recording you doing this because
Well, we recorded the Paul Rudd thing, so you can see what I'm doing, and then I think you'll change your mind. Like I was really, I'm like, okay, Leslie, you had a question for Paul, I'm getting better at it. Meanwhile, I came up with an idea for next semester that they seem to like. You want to know what it is?
what's that?
A preview? Time travel movies, a little Back to the Future action
Oh yeah.
and beyond.
There's so many.
Yeah, I thought that'd
Oh,
be
that's
fun.
great.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
Yeah, especially the main one that I love the most is the Star Trek episode called "The City on the Edge of Forever." I made my sister watch it yesterday, and she loved it. It's one of the greatest ones ever made of time travel. And
When I
because
was a
everybody rips it off now, what what you didn't see in 1964. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? So you
right,
have to
right.
appreciate that it was the first time they made an episode like this. It's with Joan Collins. She looks amazing. She's
Ooh,
really young and pretty. Oh, thanks,
Joan
TJ. You love that, right? It's a great one, right? Yeah, there we can bond on that for sure. It's so good. It's really, and I'll tell you, every time they say William Shatner is a bad actor, I would point them to that episode. He's really good in it. And of course, there's a scene he falls in love with somebody he's not supposed to, and Spock's like, "Oh, this guy again." It's kind of-
I was trying to look at something to talk about outside of. Well, I will say this. I watched something this week along this movie conversation, The Triangle of Sadness. Ooh, was it good? And it's just like not, and I think Juskow, I think you would like it, but then you probably wouldn't. But it's like not your typical movie. The structure of it goes kind of, it's not what you expected any. It's just really different. And Woody
oh,
Harrelson, huh?
sorry. Go on.
No, what were you gonna say?
I saw The Whale yesterday.
Yeah, I have a hard time. I
It's
can't.
it's the worst movie I've ever seen.
But
I
people were raving about
people
it.
are idiots. It's awful. It's
Is it
so
because it's
awful.
depressing?
It's not that it's depressing. It's he's I guess good in it, but I think I could be good in a fat suit and doing that. It's just a stupid movie that should never have been made, and it just there's some good acting in it, but it's dumb. There's no reason for it, and if we're supposed to feel sorry for him, I don't, and you shouldn't. And it's he's a dick, and I don't understand. Everybody sucks. It's the worst movie. I sit there watching. I'm like, I don't get it. Why is everybody because he's fat. I don't. What's happening here? It's bad. I think it's bad.
Meanwhile,
I think
they're
the
up in
message is bad.
arms.
Everything about it is bad.
They're up in
He is a
arms.
bad person in every way, and I know they're sitting there going like, "You got to care for this character." There's no reason to care for this character. He's nothing but a complete scumbag.
I can't bring myself to watch. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I
I
can't.
couldn't wait. I thought it was going to be. I couldn't wait. I was really looking forward to it. I want to see his performance. But it's yes. Is it disturbing? Yes, because he's just so unhealthy. But oh, you haven't heard Tibby? Good, because I've only heard good things, and now I've seen it myself, and I'm like out. He shouldn't win. I know he's going
This
to,
has
but
been the decade of we've all been kind of gaslit about what we like, what we like, because like they've pushed out so much bad stuff in media. I mean, they've pushed out people who weren't ready as actors, comedians that weren't ready as
but
comedians,
they've been doing
music.
that for since the beginning of
Have they?
film in a
It
way.
feels like extremely extreme though. Like I feel like now when I see someone, I'm like I could do that. I shouldn't. I shouldn't feel that way.
Right. Well, I've always felt that way. Like that. I could do that
Oh,
because as wanting to be an actor like that, I feel like I can do any part, right? Which you should feel. But what I think also is the problem is the Oscars just choose really bad movies that we're supposed to like. It's always, never a comedy, which some like I'm teaching a course on a movie that should have been nominated because it's really good, but they pass over comedy. So it's got to be this. Every film is this. The Whale. It's gross. It's sad. It's awful. That's not the proper way in this day and age to
Abbott
choose.
Elementary though has been winning. I'm surprised.
Well,
I
that's a
know
TV
it's.
show.
I know, but I'm surprised they're not getting an Oscar. They've been. They seem to get every single award. Like, did they get a Grammys? I'm like, they
That's
are a comedy and they are
that's why I did
killing
3
it.
episodes of why Get Out should have won the Oscar that year because you would have. So first of all, it was a miracle of a movie. It had social commentary. It was scary. It was funny. It had everything, and there would have satisfied the fact that the Oscars hate black people. Number one, because they don't, and it was deserving to win. And they gave it to The Shape of Water, which was a piece of crap. But Get
I
Out
did
is a
like The
great
Shape of Water.
example of a movie. Well, Parasite is actually where they got it right,
Yeah,
right?
Parasite was freaking phenomenal.
Because there you go. There's a movie that has really got all it's not this thing. It's something new. It's not that sad thing. Oh, good. Right. I guess I get away. I get away from my apartment. I'm a different person.
Well, if we talk about movies, we're safe, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
But I was just watching the West Side Story on the original, and
Oh, the original.
yeah, and it's still good, even though I'm like, God, they really could use a Latina. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah.
What?
It was a
Why
different
wouldn't they use
time.
a Latina actress? But
Well,
and I
I
never
don't
saw the
like
new
that
one.
movie. I've never liked it. It's a little slow for
Really,
me, but I do. I can watch that beginning all the time.
Maria,
The
S-
beginning where it starts, where they're walking down the street and it turns into a
Maria,
dance.
Maria, say it soft and it sounds like you're praying.
I just met a girl named Maria.
And suddenly that sound. What sound?
There's a there's a better
Maria.
Blondie song called Maria that's better than that one.
Oh, really?
Maria, I can't believe you. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's better. I just
I
don't. I don't know. I don't like West Side Story. I don't like the. I
no,
don't want to see the play. I don't want to see the movie.
not even the old one.
No,
Did you watch the old one?
but I can't get through it. It bores the hell out of me. And
Really,
I
it's
love
so good.
musicals, so I don't know what it is about that one that bothers me.
From your last cigarette. Oh,
Well,
it's
that
got such good
I like the
songs.
beginning. When you're a jet all the way, and then for me, the rest of it goes. Once the love story comes in, I'm bored. But with the
It's so
guys and the
good.
dancing, of course,
And
I like dancing men, because that's why I like the ballet. When I like to look at the guys, as gay as this sounds, because we know women move really well. When you see a guy move well, it's special, like Christopher Walken or Steve Martin, these guys that can dance. John Travolta, of course. It's
and they
cool,
were ahead of
especially
their
the straight
time.
guys.
They
What?
were ahead of their time. There's a scene at the end, I forget, where there's a girl who's like hangs out with the boys, and he goes, "You're a girl, okay? You're
In
not a
West Side
boy."
Story
Yeah.
or in Rocky?
No, in West Side Story.
Because there's that scene in Rocky where he goes, "No, I'm not saying these guys are going to, you need to be taken on a date." It's like, look, I don't want to give you advice. I'm like, yeah, okay, Rocky, fuck you.
No, it's just there's a girl she's a boy. And that's like, I don't know, West Side Story was when I was
63.
yeah, so think about that in 63 dealing with issues like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's amazing. And
It's
it won it
amazing.
all. It won it all that year. I think it won Best Picture. What's really weird is that in 1968, and I used to do a bit about this, I think before we met, um, I used to do a show tune medley from the 60s. But the joke was, because I remember Louis really liked it a lot. He was like the only one that got it. Um, the joke was that there's Vietnam going on and there's so unrest and Martin Luther King and all these horrible things in 68. And they give the award to Oliver. And I was just making fun of that because I'm like, and while Vietnam was going on, I'm like, consider yourself. I am. Consider yourself for the family. And so it was all those gags. And I'm like, I have a dream. Like, there's a long thing. More. You want more? Food, glorious food, hot sausage and mustard.
That is so true.
Yeah, it was a social message I was making, and being able to sing all the songs I wanted to from Oliver.
That's hilarious.
And I
Oh,
knew
get
you'd
it in,
understand.
Juskow.
I did it at Caroline's one night and like late night, and for some reason that crowd completely got it, and then it never worked again.
Oh.
How many bits did I have that I did once and they were amazing, like the chef bit that Chappelle talked about a couple months ago at the Garden, and they never worked again. That's the kind of comic I was. I got lucky
I
one
gotta
or two
say,
times.
so Chris Distofano's doing um Radio City Music Hall, which is really exciting. I'm
He's
so happy.
doing Radio City?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's big. And He's wearing these glasses right now that look like Jeffrey Dahmer, and I
Ooh.
don't know what's going on with not this has nothing to do with Chris, but I've seen so many guys with those glasses. It's like it's like it's an odd thing to see that what is trending about a guy who killed a lot of people
Yeah.
is his glasses and his look. And like Netflix has been doing this lately where no, it does
No, I just put on my mom's glasses. They were here, so I,
doesn't work.
it was too obvious.
That would never trend. Ever.
Well, they're
Well,
ladies'
we were at
glasses.
the dance club last night, and this guy pulled up next to us with those goddamn excuse my language, but Jeffrey Dahmer glasses on, and I was
That's
like, "This
weird.
is not." Do you think that a woman's gonna want to go home with you with those damn? Well, I guess they will.
Well, yeah, because
But
the
Netflix has
serial
been
killer
doing this.
glasses.
They've been really leaning towards the fetishization of murder in their
Yes.
a lot on
Yeah.
Netflix lately. I
It
don't
unfortunately sells.
it does sell.
I mean,
It
what did they
def
make? 3 Jeffrey Dahmer document? No, 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 no. What was the guy with that the kid from High School Musical, Zac Efron? Who's that guy? Ted Bundy. 3 of them. 3 separate Netflix things. One, a thing with a guy playing him, one a documentary, and then some in between one.
yeah. I mean, they really and then the guy who plays you, I just found out he actually spoke up about it as well.
The guy that plays me?
No, it's you. It's
What?
you. It's
Oh,
you.
oh, oh! You're saying it seems like me.
No, it's not. It doesn't seem like you. It's you. It's called the show is called You.
Oh, oh, okay. I thought. Wait, it's a show called You
Yeah,
or a movie?
series.
A series. Was Paul Rudd in that?
Mm,
No,
mm.
it's the guy from. Is it the guy from Gossip Girl?
I don't know what he was on
Is
before
it
this.
Penn Badgley or Adam? He was on like one of the teen soaps. No.
I
Yes.
don't know what he did before.
Yeah. Who's on first?
I just know that he spoke out about it and he's in a show. He also said he didn't want to do any more sex scenes. He wanted to limit the amount of sex scenes because he felt like it was too much and he's married and all that.
Wait. Yeah. Here. Wait. It's. Yeah. 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 It's the guy from Gossip Girl, I think.
Oh, okay. I never watched Gossip Girl.
Penn Badgley. Yeah. Anyway, I forgot to tell you that Paul Rudd. He said I guess we were talking about Judd Apatow, and I said I saw him at the cellar. Did I tell you about that last week? That he
What?
like Esty kept calling him over. Judd, listen to this. He's teaching class on Clueless. And Judd goes, "Oh my God, I want to teach a class so badly at USC, but my daughter goes there and she won't let me." But then Paul goes, "Oh, you want to hear something real messed up to the class? I had to have sex with his wife while he was directing it. That's awkward." And this is 40.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He's like, "You want to talk about awkward?"
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is awkward. Yeah. That because that has to be like, yeah. I mean, that I've always wondered how people who are married can suspend their disbelief that it's not
Right.
really.
So think the first thing that came to mind, I was talking about this the other day, is Spies Like Us with Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. The
Oh,
end
your
scene,
references.
I know it's ridiculous, but the end scene I remember made me so uncomfortable because Chevy Chase is making out with Donna Dixon while Dan Aykroyd is there. Chevy ends up with Donna Dixon, which is Dan Aykroyd's wife. And Dan Aykroyd hooks up with a hot girl, but he's watching Chevy grab his wife's boob and stuff. And I'm like, why would you write? He's the writer. Why would you do this?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
bad
is.
movie, but good example, I guess.
The guy in You is so cute. We like to see him in all those little situations where he's
Penn
like making
Badgley, you're
out.
talking about.
Hmm.
Penn Badgley, you're talking about.
And You.
Yeah, the lead guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Gossip Girl guy.
Yeah, he basically was like, "No more, cut down on the sex scenes, please, stop." And then it's like, it's funny because all I think about is the scenes where he's like, all of a sudden, it does feel like more of a woman's fantasy with him. Like he's kind of been abused sexually through you. We like to see him in these situations. That's why it's so. That's why it works actually. But it is, to me, you is different as far as like murder goes because it's a fictional story. It's not real. The
Right.
the stuff that Netflix is doing with even that Murdoch trial, is it Murdoch trial that's going on with the lawyer from the South?
Oh, yes.
Like that I watched on CNN and then I watched it on HBO Max as well. And now Netflix has it. And
Well,
I
wait,
will
wait.
not watch it on
We're not
Netflix.
you're talking about the current trial of that guy from South Carolina?
They've already
I
made it
don't,
into a show.
how can it be a show already? It's not completed.
I know.
Jesus, I didn't know
But
that.
on CNN, or I guess I forget who produced it originally, but you can see it on HBO Max as well. It's more of like it's documentary, more of newsworthy,
Oh,
letting you know the information. When you look at it on Netflix, you could see they're really trying to capitalize off of
apparently.
this story.
Yeah.
And I have a huge problem with it because at the end of the day, even that story is
I think it
about,
affects the jurors too.
of course. Of course, but they know it's a good story because it has everything in it. It has racism, it has murder of an LGBTQ youth. It
His son
has
was LBGTQ.
no, one of the guys, they when you look at the stories of all the people who've died from, so there are more people that died than just his son and wife. There are several stories or several people who died that was questionable.
Oh.
There was the nanny in the house that died.
Oh,
That
just died of strange causes, you're saying.
not
Didn't she
she
fall down the
tripped,
stairs?
she fell down the stairs, and
Yeah.
when the woman called, she didn't say, "My dog tripped her," but she blamed it on the dog later, and they're saying, and it is true, like, the first thing you would say, "Oh my god, my dog tripped," and she died, and then he collected the insurance off of her, and
Oh.
it did not go to the family, her family.
Well, we know this guy's shady as shit. I mean,
So,
something's wrong.
but the
He's
thing
got to
is,
go to
he
jail.
also did it with a number of black individuals who died in that area. He collected insurance money off of their death.
Really?
Yes. This is
Oh,
why the story is so good. So I do understand why Netflix is picking it up because you have all of what's in the zeitgeist out there. You've got the good old white boy network. You've got racism. You've got greed, American greed sells, and then murder. And then you've got rich people, and so you got a story. But you're right, the trial's not over, and Netflix is putting this out here, and I feel like there needs to be some federal someone needs to step in and go, "Hey, hey, hey, hey. This is a trial that is currently going right now. Let's not sensationalize this while this guy is, not, I mean, he looks guilty as shit,
oh
but
my God, right? It's so funny and not funny at the same time. He totally looks guilty.
it's and when they describe the way his son died, I mean, you'd have to really hate.
How did he die? He didn't. I thought they shot
Shotgun,
him. Oh, okay. Yeah, shot
shotgun,
him.
close range. So close that he was basically decapitated.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Sorry. But I'm just trying to show that this is like what Netflix is capitalizing off, sensationalizing in current time, and it's like it's not good. It's really not good. These are families still affected by this, till the Jeffrey Dahmer thing still affected by this. And so when I walk around and I see guys in these Jeffrey Dahmer glasses, the first thing I think of is that. That's all I think of is murder. I don't think of anything. I don't. They do look hot. They do look hot, but unfortunately, I can't get that Jeffrey Dahmer face out of my mind. I
Yeah.
can't. So, how could he spend 60,000 a week on? Yeah, that's right. So he had a drug habit. He was a druggie. Yeah, very bad. So that's what also came out, and that's what I think is at the bottom of this is that he had a very expensive drug habit, and he was about to lose his money or he had lost a lot of money from his expensive drug habit, and his wife is about to separate from him, and he was like, "You ain't going nowhere, bitch." And so then that's what happened. But we don't have any reviews to talk about, but
I
I
was just looking them
I
up.
do have one
You
that
didn't send me one. I
I
was
could
just
read
looking it
it.
for you. I
I
thought it
could
was
actually
fine.
read this one from Althea, who wrote, "Thank you." Oh no, I wrote that.
Yeah, I just saw that one too.
But she increased her pledge on Patreon, which is we have some viewers here, TB and Stacy, who are subscribers to the podcast, friends like us, which is why I do this. And I know it's a tough time and inflation and everything. So I see sometimes our subscribers like they'll decrease their pledge or they give us donation, and it's the only way we keep going as a podcast. So I really appreciate Althea or Alethea, sorry, Alethea, for your support. I
I
wrote
got one
her,
for you that's really good.
huh?
It's the one I got one for you. That's it's the episode with Yamanika.
Oh, but I just wanted to read what she said real fast. Alethea, when I wrote her and thanked her for increasing her pledge, she said, "You're welcome. Um, I just wanted to support my favorite podcast. Thank you for creating a platform where the voices of Black women and women of color can be heard." All right, here
Yeah,
we
because
go.
there's not enough of those.
There
But
isn't.
seriously, I know. I was kidding. I wanted. People were too nice to me in the chat room for a while, so I wanted to get it out again. Anyway, this is the one I guess with Yamanika and MWENRELERIT said this was such a great episode. The first half has really inspired me to make some changes.
Wow.
See, we
Yes.
don't need Evelyn. I got the ones. I got the
That
right
is
one.
true. That's so cool because because Yamanika she was looking cute on there. And
She's looking great. She's really trying.
she's yes, that's all you have to do. I'm trying to. I have like 5,000 trainers. I saw a guy last night at the club that I haven't seen since I put on weight, and I know I look good, but still. And
I didn't even notice you put on weight.
said to him, I said, "I know I'm a big girl now." And
Well,
he goes, "You ain't big." He goes, "You thick, girl. You thick." I was like, "You watch your mouth." But I have so many trainers. This other guy that I train with, oh my god, Juskow, he is tough. He came to the cellar. Everyone wanted to sleep with him
Oh, I bet.
because he looks like something from one of those like stand what is it? Those movies, those spy movies.
Jack Reacher or
Let me
something.
see if I could pull up a picture of him. No, I think I deleted it because I was afraid he'd see me with the picture of him. But he is. I'll show you his. I'll share his Instagram, and we can all drool
Yeah.
or not drool.
Is he white or black?
He is. I don't know what he is. I think no, he's Italian.
Oh. There's a black trainer in my building who's such a dick, but he looks amazing. Him and his wife suck.
Why do they suck?
They're just mean, nasty people. They don't thank you when you open the door for them, and
Ugh.
it's very, very odd. I've known them for years, and they're just not nice people. They got two kids who seem okay, but they seem to not teach them to be polite to others.
Well, if they're not polite, then how do you expect their kids to be? They're gonna
I,
be the same
well,
little
they've never said
monsters.
anything not polite. They just don't say thank you or hello. If you say hello to them, it's weird.
All right, here it is. You ready?
So I would always knock down his motorcycle when I had, oh,
You see that? Can you see it?
no, got to zoom in.
I won't zoom. Oh wait,
You
let me
won't?
see.
It's hard to see. Which one is he in the tiny
All the way to
one?
the right.
Oh, all the way to the right?
Oh, it's getting smaller.
The guy in the far right by the word, by the,
Yes,
oh, I can't. Is
right
he in
here.
scrubs?
He's the one all the way to the right.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he looks okay. It's hard to see his face, but he
You
looks,
can see what I'm talking about, though, right?
I guess. That's him?
Yeah.
Looks kind of like he's a little slow.
Hey, you watch it. He's
I don't see it.
he's look at the muscles. I
Well,
mean,
if you're
I
looking
don't
at the
look at him
body,
like
but
this.
his face looks stupid.
I don't you look stupid.
Let me tell you something, Marina. I'd say that right to his face. Right
Look
to
at
his
those
face.
abs.
Yeah. And I'd say, listen, your abs look great. Your face looks stupid, dummy.
His face doesn't look
I'd say that
stupid.
right to him, Marina. I'd look him in the eye and I'd say that right to him.
He
You know how
he's
two-faced I am. I'm
he,
like, oh my God, you look amazing.
he's really strong, man. I'll tell you,
I doubt he's that strong.
Modi and Leo recommended him to me.
Is that true, DJ? Because he looked a little autistic.
Most bodybuilders are on the autism scale. So then Dan Natterman should be a bodybuilder if that were true.
Exactly. Well, there's other people besides bodybuilders of the autism scale. Get this. Oh no, I can't tell you this live. Sorry.
No, 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 no.
It was about one of my students.
What else is in the news? It's been a year since Ukraine. They seem to be, I don't know, it's so
You want to meet my
depressing.
mother?
How's your mom doing?
You want to see her?
Is she sitting over there on the side?
No, she's in the other room. You want me to get her?
Oh no, is she okay?
Yeah, she's fun. She loves it here.
Yeah, before we go, let's say hi to your mom.
We went. She works in the. She's getting the
Joan,
library they
right?
have here also. What?
Joan? Miss what do we
Rhoda.
call oh Rhoda. Why did I say Joan?
I don't know. Let
Rhoda.
me see if she's awake.
Miss Juskow?
Do you want to come in and meet the
Oh
people
boy,
online?
here we
Oh, you're
go.
reading a book?
She's reading a book.
Huh.
Rhoda.
You want to come in for a second?
Here comes Rhoda.
You look great.
It's okay, Rhoda.
She said she didn't look good, but I told her she looks great. She's coming. I'm not lying. He ain't lying. What's that from, everybody?
Tell her there's no one watching anyway, so I mean, no, that's not true.
There's
You
just
guys are
people from
very
all around the
valuable.
world. That's it.
It's just not a lot of people. So
Well,
it's
there's
like
people from Sweden and Germany.
that's true.
The person from Germany needs to leave if my mom's coming, but other than that, everybody can stay.
They're already saying hi to your mom.
Yeah, they're already saying hello.
Oh, hello.
You remember Marina, right?
I met Marina, sure.
Hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
I think when I saw you, I was still blonde, though, right?
Yes.
She remembers. These are all the people in the chat room, and they're all from around the world, and they love Marina.
And what are you and Marina talking about today?
Don't worry about it.
We were talking about movies,
Yeah,
and Juskow was bringing up all the references from Albert Brooks's movie. Which one? I
Defending
forget.
your life.
Defending Your Life. So
Yeah.
that's basically what we've been talking about. Everything that Juskow wants to talk about is what we've been talking about.
That's what we do on this show.
I have the same problem with him all the time.
He dominates the conversation.
Yes, he does, which is
So-
okay with me.
But they seem to love Juskow. They feel like they know him.
I feel like I know everybody in the chat room now. You know, I mean,
He does. He does get to know you while you're getting to know him. Yeah.
And they're saying hello to you. They're saying nice to meet you.
You're looking
And they
good.
said you're looking good.
Well, that's hard to believe, but
And from Harlem.
from all over the place, huh?
Yeah. Harlem too. It's a Harlem world. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I haven't been in New York for such a long, long
We
time.
took you there in June. That's when we hung out with Marina.
Yeah, we went to see Sarah's
Remember we went to
show.
see Sarah's show. Remember with that horrible
Oh.
Irish woman?
Right. Oh my goodness.
But remember
When
when you
we
saw
went to see
Marina live?
Sarah's show.
We sat with Marina.
Right.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
That was a fun show.
Oh yeah, yes. I think she's coming to town to work it out again. You know, I think they're trying to get it to Broadway, and so it should be. It's a great show.
It was. It was fun to watch. It was interesting to find out more about her life.
Oh yes, yeah, more about Sarah's life. Yeah, because I didn't know all of that. So
No,
that was really
right.
it was like, wow, I didn't know that you had this backstory. I had no idea.
Let's see, Robin's from Sweden.
And
10
she was
p.m.
funny
now.
with it.
How do you get people from all parts of the world?
She's cool. She has a
Well, it's
popular podcast.
yeah, it's
Wow.
also from the stand up. So people know me from stand up, and it's from Sweden, Germany, and it's on my Facebook. And so all the people like this is where they can come in and say, "Hi, how you doing? We like your stand up." It's social medias. It could be
Wow.
good and bad. This is the good part.
Right.
Wow. So you're still doing a lot of stand up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
What's
have
her
two
name?
shows tonight. I have one at 6:30 and 8:30. Yeah, and I had two last night. Mhm.
Wow.
Yes. And that's light. I usually have 3 or sometimes I have 4 in one night, and that's a long night.
I would think so.
Yeah, I was talking to Attell last night, and he said he was at Magoogies. You know that place in Baltimore.
Oh yeah. Well, I've never performed there, yeah.
He says it's horrible. Rachel says it's horrible, but he said they had it on a 4 p.m. show, which means he's doing 3 shows tonight. That's a lot. That's hard to. That's you got to be in shape for that, right?
I wouldn't mind a 4 p.m. show and then that's it.
Right, exactly. That's what Todd Barry's been doing. But he's doing a 4, he's doing a 7:30, he's doing a 10. That's a long day.
That to me is the best. If it's a show early in the day and then I can just go home and go to sleep. That's lovely.
Yeah, but, like that's what Todd Barry does. He has a 3 o'clock and a 5 o'clock show, and then he's done.
Yeah,
That
they
is
don't
nice.
they know I don't like late nights. Even in the subway when I take the train, there's a guy who works, he plays music in the subways, and so one night it was at 11:30 and he goes, "Marina, this is late for you." I was like, "Yes, it is. This is not my hour, but I'm doing it cuz they booked me."
When you do a few shows in one night, do you use the same material?
Oh, she's been using the same material for like over 30 years.
She's not that old, is she?
No, I was talking about myself.
I try to change it up. I try, but sometimes it's on the weekends, it's just so fast that to get creative with it is difficult. So sometimes, yeah, I'll throw in a joke or two to switch up the
Right.
direction of the material so I don't get bored.
Right.
But
Because you
yeah,
don't want to get bored for sure. Right.
yeah, because I could get really bored. So I'll start, and I try not to do too much crowd work because my crowd work is not that great anyway.
Yeah, it's not. I disagree. I've seen her do crowd work. It's fantastic.
It is, well, it can be. I my crowd work is that I don't do crowd work. That's what I say to the crowd. I go, I'm talking to you, but I don't want to.
What about that Unbelievable? That we were talking about where you were on my show and you gave it to that girl that had cancer or something, and
Oh well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah,
Yeah, that is true.
I know that sounds so unfunny out of context.
Yeah. I'm wondering what could have been so good about it, but
Yeah, no, that was fun.
well,
So
obviously you not only do you entertain people, but obviously they like you. And
they
that's good.
do. They
It's the
do.
exact opposite of my act.
They're good fans. I like my fans. They like Juskow too. They like to not like Juskow.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I'm learning about Black people on this thing. You know, it's really great.
Yeah, he is learning and he does say a lot of things that,
He
well,
shouldn't.
we
Yeah,
listen and we
I get
teach
that too.
and we
Yeah.
learn.
How are you?
You can tell the people who've known him a long time.
Oh, yes, yes. I've known
Right.
him for a very yeah.
Yeah.
My introduction to Juskow was probably one of the funniest introductions I've ever had because he didn't remember me the second time. The first time he was like, "Oh my god, who is this weird girl?" And then the second time it was like, "Oh, hey, hot girl." And I'm like, "I'm the same girl that you said was weird just 24 hours ago."
Oh, David.
She used to have this really great hair that I liked a lot.
Oh yeah, he likes my hair straight, but it's like he doesn't understand. Like as you get older, your hair, it's like it's harder to keep
You were
long hair.
29 when you changed it.
Is that considered
That's what she
older?
told me. She was keeping it real. She was keeping it real. right out of Clueless.
I am keeping it real.
Yeah,
And me too. This is my hair. This
that's
is what
true.
it does.
Yeah, I didn't like it at
Yes.
first, but now I like it. I didn't like the gray. I didn't want to have a gray-haired old mother.
It just
But
curls up all by itself.
So where are
Natural
you guys
curl.
going to the shore to have lunch?
no, I'm going
Oh,
without her.
you're going?
Right.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
He comes here. He kills the early part of the day with me, and then he goes to hang out.
and then I take a rest at the John Bon Jovi rest area. You know, our favorite place.
Oh,
Take a
yes.
nap there
Yes.
before I go home, and you know, maybe John Bon Jovi will stop by and see me in my car sleeping. Hey, man, you want to come over? You never
Look,
know.
they like your mom much better. We like Juskow, but his replacement is looking even better.
Everybody always says that.
Well,
Well,
we have to get off of here soon, Juskow. This was so
yeah.
lovely talking to you and seeing that you look good. You look so good. I'm so glad that you're doing better than when I saw you the last time. Know everything, but you look wonderful, and it's so good to see
Well,
you.
I'm living in a very, very pleasant place, and I've made a lot of very nice friends, and they serve really terrific food here. So it's a very happy place for me.
That's
It
wonderful.
is good. It is good.
Oh, I love it. I have
So
to come out there and visit with Dave sometime.
You should.
that would be
It's
fine.
actually quite pleasant.
Yeah, that's
Why not?
wonderful.
I'll,
Aw.
I'll gather all my friends.
Maybe we can hang out in the library for lunch. It's fun.
You can work for nothing.
Well,
Oh, maybe not.
well,
But
this was
that would be
wonderful.
lovely.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm going to leave you two.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Bye-bye.
Well, it's going to take her about
Bye.
an hour to get up. So
Have a
Oh.
great day.
No, this
It
is
was
a
so
good
good
chair.
talking to your mom.
I'm so glad you liked it. Yeah.
She's
Okay.
Thank you,
great.
Mommy. You can leave the door open. We're going to finish up. That's fun, right?
Yeah, your mom is so cool. I love it. She's so sweet.
Yeah. All right.
She is.
It
Look,
wasn't for a while, but now she's better.
Dave needs to visit his mom more enough. He's so much nicer there.
Oh, I visit her all the time. I just don't do it on Saturdays. I
You
usually do it
don't?
Thursdays, but now I teach the class.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, your mom is so adorable.
So I've been here since 7:30 in the morning. I've had enough.
Well, Dave, we do have to get out. Because I have the
You
Irish
get your
woman is
show?
picking me up in a little bit. Your
Who
favorite
is?
person in the
I thought we were
world.
done with her. Ugh. She really is the worst. Who was I just talking about her with the other day? Somebody else that doesn't like her either.
No,
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are getting on the bandwagon. It's great.
no, you
Makes
leave
me feel
Lois
better because
alone. You leave her alone. Leave her
no,
alone.
no.
Look, I don't want to be hurt for you. I don't. You want these scones? I'll give you the fucking
Here's your
scones.
scones. It's right out of that movie High Anxiety. Here's your paper.
Here's your stupid scone. You
I know,
know,
but
she's
she didn't have
just
to add dirty Jew at the end. I mean,
she
that's
just
not
has
necessary.
she just is going through a lot, Juskow. That's
Whatever,
all.
so
You
am
gotta
I.
sometimes you gotta give people a
So am
little bit
I.
of room. We all are, but sometimes you even when you're going through, you gotta understand other people. You gotta give her a little grace
No.
period.
Hey, I
She's
did.
a good person.
And then tried to, after that grace period, tried to work out an arrangement, and she wanted to have nothing to do with it. That ain't cool. That's not very mature, is it?
I told her what you said about her being like, Mother Teresa and all that. She's like, I'm not no fucking Mother Teresa. What am I, a fucking nun?
Bye, TJ.
Am I a nun? I'm not a nun. Do I look like a nun? See ya, DJ Eric Prince. We didn't get to talk about DJing. I was gonna ask you about that blending situation, but we'll get you next time.
I'm right here, DJ. So
No, DJ Eric Prince.
I'm also
Anyway, I've got to get ready. This is gonna be a hard 2 sets for me because, like I said, I was out until 2 in the morning,
DJ. Oh.
so I'm drained.
All right. Well, I'm glad I got to see her. Are we next weekend? Are you in Vermont?
I'm in Vermont.
Next weekend. So we're not doing a show next weekend.
I can do it from my room, possibly.
Sweet.
We'll
We should
see.
do it.
We'll see. Yeah, we
let's
should
do it.
try.
It's fun having we're at different places.
Yes, I could do it on my in the Wi-Fi in my hotel room.
Cool
I'll see
beans.
if it's good.
All right.
You guys, Juskow, tell them where they can find you because we always have new people here, so you should
Yeah.
always let
Well,
them know.
well, soon I'll be having a regular live show at the Cellar once I get it together. But for now,
Yay.
and if you see Liz today, tell her, she's like, come on, just talk to Juskow, like, because I keep missing her. So if you see her, anyway, the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show this Tuesday at 6. We have the guy that does the Liza Outlives Twitter feed, which is the most where I get my news from. Somehow he's on the cutting edge. That's who you find out who's really dead or anything first before anything. Liza Outlives. His name's Scotty Gorenstein. He used to be Liza's publicist, and now he just has this thing that, and it's great. And him and Memo will be on, our friend Memo, who's been on your podcast, and we're going to make our Oscar picks.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Triangle of Sadness should be in there.
Okay. I think it is. I saw that
Okay.
already. So anyway, that's Tuesday at 6 on YouTube on the Comedy Cellar Nightly channel.
Nice, wonderful. And check me out at the Vermont Comedy Club next weekend. If you know someone who's in Burlington, Vermont, tell them, or if they're in the surrounding areas, let them know. Tell them to come and check me out. I'll be all the way up there in Burlington, Vermont, my favorite place in the world.
Cool beans.
Doing a whole bunch of longer sets, which that's the true form of stand-up. So come and see me. Come and check me out. All right, guys. Don't forget to wear your masks if you want to still. It's not gone. And also get boosted. And remember, Black Lives Matter. All right.
Night, everybody.
Bye.